Hello, I am going to give you some directions for what I want you to do with the QRI. So you probably have a lower level of a QRI that you've done with your students, but it should still have these questions. So I want you to make sure that you did complete all of these questions and that you have answers in here. What you might need to do if you don't have a printer that you can print this out and write the answers into, or if you hadn't already printed it out ahead of time, is you might need to open up a separate Word document and just label it. For example, you could label this Level 5 Science Expository, whatever it says on the QRI sheet. You do not need to rewrite the questions, but write the answers to the questions and rate the child's answer. So you can see here, it gives you examples of a 3, 2, 1, or if they didn't say anything, they say, I don't know, that kind of answer. If you do this with a separate Word document, be sure to turn in a PDF of the part that you are using from the QRI. And again, if you can't print that out, you can just take pictures of that from your book. Okay, so then you would have had the information marked on here as the child was reading, and you fill in the total number of miscues, the number of meaning change miscues. So we haven't really talked about that, but if the child is, if it would fit on the running record under graphophonics but not under meaning, then it's a meaning change miscue. So here it tells you what, if it's 0 to 8, they would be independent, 9 to 36 instructional. So you would be able to figure out what level they were reading at. And if you did time it, you could tell how fast the child read. So again, that could all be written onto a Word document if you need to. For the oral reading prosody scale, you could just tell me what level, or if you've been able to print this out, you can circle the level. And then the retelling. How many things did the child retell when you were listening to him or her talk about the story? And check marks are fine. If you have to do this on a Word document, you might want to write down how many items there were and give an example of some of the things that the child said. Okay. So we're continuing here with the retelling and then the questions. So the questions here would be the same as the questions at the beginning. If you are able to write right on this document, you can write the answers and write whether or not you think the child would get full credit for that. If you have to do it on a Word document, you don't need to repeat the question, but you can just put the question number and the child's answer and whether or not you think it was correct. So when we get to this part, you would just go back and look, how many did the child get correct that were explicit, how many implicit, the total, and then is the child independent, instructional, or frustration level here. So all of this worksheet should be filled out for a completed QRI, and that's what I want you to turn in. Either turn that in with the writing on it, or turn it in blank that you've taken a picture from your book and then have a Word document that you turn in with it. Okay, thanks for your hard work.